song Hye Kyo secretly cries after hearing what Lee Min-ho said about her. There were countless interviews that Song Hye Kyo had given throughout her career. She had answered difficult questions, handled criticism, accepted praise, and learned how to remain calm under public attention. But one unexpected moment left her more emotional than she had been in years. And it all started with something Lee Min-ho said during an interview. It happened in Seoul during a promotional event. Lee Min-ho was speaking with reporters about life, success, and the people who inspired him. The interview moved smoothly until one journalist asked a personal question. Who is someone you admire the most? The audience expected him to mention a mentor, a director, or a respected senior actor. Instead, after a brief pause, he smiled and answered honestly, Song Hye Kyo. The room instantly became quiet. The interviewer seemed surprised. What makes you admire her? Lee Min-ho leaned back slightly before replying, most people see her success. He smiled softly, but very few people see how much strength it took to get there. The audience listened carefully, and so did millions of viewers watching online. She carries pressure with grace, he continued. She remains kind even after difficult experiences. She treats people with respect whether cameras are present or not. And no matter how hard life becomes, she continues moving forward. The words weren't dramatic. They weren't romantic. They were sincere. And somehow, that made them even more powerful. Later that evening, Song Hye Kyo stumbled across a clip of the interview while scrolling through her phone. At first, she watched casually. Then she heard his answer. And everything changed. As she listened, tears slowly formed in her eyes. Not because of compliments. She had heard compliments before, but because someone had noticed the things she never talked about. The struggles, the sacrifices, the strength it took simply to keep going. For years, she had carried those burdens quietly, rarely discussing them, rarely expecting anyone to understand. Yet somehow, Lee Min-ho had seen them all. When the video ended, she sat silently for several minutes, overwhelmed by emotion. Because sometimes the deepest form of love isn't being adored for your achievements. It's being understood for your battles. Later that night, she called him. The moment he answered, she asked softly, Did you really mean those things? Lee Min-ho smiled. Every word. And as tears slipped down her cheeks once more, Song Hye Kyo realized something beautiful. The right person doesn't just celebrate who you've become, they appreciate everything you endured to become that person. Subscribe to K-Drama Vibe Plus for more hidden stories, shocking twists, and cinematic love tales you won't find anywhere else.